Alright, this is worksheet 7.1, and 2, 3, 4, and 6, in the previous video we used a graphing calculator to graph these and to find 5 points using a table. We're going to do something similar with 10 and 11, except I'm going to use a website called www.desmos.com, and that does the same thing that your graphing calculator can do. So let's go ahead and look at number 10, and I'm going to type in y equals negative 3x squared into the graphing calculator on this website. Okay, so we're at www.desmos.com, and then click the button called Launch Calculator. Alright, so here I'm going to type in my equation y equals negative 3x squared. And you can see here that the graph has already appeared. Okay, so it looks like my vertex is at 0, 0, and I'm going to go ahead and click this little button here, which allows you to have the option of looking at a table. This icon right here is to see a table of values. Just like we saw in the graphing calculator, this gives you a table of values centered around the vertex. So my vertex on this one is at 0, 0. And I'm going to write down these other points. I'm going to plot these other points on my graph. So negative 1, negative 3. So 0, 0, negative 1, negative 3, negative 2, 12. So since I didn't scale the graph, this is going to just go way off the graph. So negative 2 and then 12 would be all the way up here somewhere. And then 1, 3. Or actually, that is a negative 2, negative 12. So let me correct that. So instead of the point all the way up here, it's going to be negative 2, negative 12 all the way down here. All right, I also have 1, negative 3, and 2, negative 12. So 1, negative 3, and 2, negative 12. So I have this very stretched out parabola. All right, let's look at y equals 1/2 x squared. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this and type in y equals 1/2 x squared. Okay, so you could type in 1/2. If you're going to do that, you'd have to do 1 divided by 2 and then close parentheses. Whoops. Let me delete that. Okay, 1/2 and then x squared. You could also just put 0.5 x squared, which is equivalent. So let's go ahead and find the graph on here. And again, to look at the table of values, we're going to click this button here and then the icon for the table. And we can see here that the vertex is at 0, 0. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down and plot it. And my other points, I have a point at negative 1, positive 1/2. I have a point at negative 2, 2. And then the other 2 points I can plot are at 1, 1/2, and 2, 2. So 1, 1/2, and 2, 2.